The film opens with Sam being transported in a police van to a high-security prison after being sentenced to 6 months for a minor theft. Upon his arrival, he undergoes a rigorous body search, and once the security checks are completed, he is assigned to his cell. There, he encounters another inmate who bears a resemblance to him, but is clearly terrified and avoids any interaction, leaving Sam curious about the source of his fear. The next day, Sam learns about a notorious criminal named Colin who rules the prison with his gang. Colin and his crew frequently torment the frightened inmate, shedding light on his anxious behavior. This revelation worries Sam, making him anxious about his own safety. Later, Sam meets Brandon, a weapon smuggler in the prison who is engrossed in a game of chess. When Sam suggests a move that would lead to a checkmate, Brandon is impressed by his strategic thinking and takes note of him. That night, Sam observes his cellmate sharpening a knife. When he asks about it, the cellmate confesses that he intends to use it against Colin the next time he tries to attack him, vowing to never be victimized again. Sam, however, brushes off his cellmate's intentions. The following day, Colin and his gang come to take the cellmate, but Sam steps in by provoking Colin into a fight. This action draws the attention of the prison guards, who quickly intervene and separate the two, relocating both Sam and his cellmate to a different cell. This disruption spares the cellmate from further abuse, catching Brandon's eye and earning Sam respect for his quick thinking. After a few days, Sam and his cellmate are brought back to their original cell. Brandon approaches Sam, cautioning him about the perils of prison life and advising him to stay vigilant and avoid unnecessary risks. Meanwhile, Collins and his gang continue to torment Sam's cellmate, pushing him to the brink of suicide. Sam steps in and alerts the guards, who take the cellmate to the hospital for an extended stay. Now on the hunt for a new target, Collins sets his sights on Sam, whom he finds intriguing. Sensing the threat, Sam sharpens a toothbrush to use as a makeshift weapon for self-defense. One day, when Collins and his gang attempt to attack him, Brandon arrives just in time to save Sam. He warns Sam that he can't face these men alone and offers his protection in exchange for a favor once Sam is released. Intrigued by Brandon's escape plan, Sam agrees to the terms. The following day, Collins and his gang confront Sam again, but this time, Brandon's men step in, brutally beating Collins to death on the spot. The shocking event instills fear in the other inmates, and no one dares to bother Sam afterward. As time passes, Sam completes his 6-month sentence. Upon his release, he meets John, another gangster, who hands him a letter from Brandon. The letter contains instructions, and John welcomes Sam into his gang, gifting him a seaside house. Excited, Sam explores the beautiful home and discovers a suitcase filled with fake passports, clothes, and a gun. While he examines the items, the doorbell rings, and a woman named Sona arrives with a bag of cash and a cell phone. She informs Sam that the phone is for communication with Brandon before leaving. The next day, Sam follows Brandon's instructions and meets Franklin, who introduces him to various lethal weapons and trains him in their use. Later, Sam hires a helicopter under the pretense of taking a city tour. Once in the air, he pulls a gun on the pilot and directs him toward the prison where Brandon is being held. In the meantime, Brandon takes a guard hostage within the prison, compelling him to unlock the doors just as the helicopter arrives. Sam provides cover by firing at the guards, enabling Brandon and his accomplices to make their escape. They quickly hop into a car and meet up with John, where Brandon reveals an audacious plan to steal gold directly from a mine storage facility. This heist is projected to yield a staggering $1 billion. Brandon, Sam, and the crew start gearing up for the monumental operation. During this period, Brandon brings Sam to a party where Sona is also in attendance. Near the swimming pool, Sam and Sona engage in a conversation, sharing insights about their lives. Suddenly, a man named Josh shoves Sam into the pool, where he struggles to stay afloat since he can't swim. Sona leaps in to save him, but the incident leaves Sam feeling humiliated as onlookers laugh at him. Embarrassed, he decides to leave the party. As he walks down the street, Sona pulls up in a car and offers him a ride. She takes him to a Chinese restaurant where they have an open and honest discussion. Sona shares that people mistakenly believe she is John's girlfriend, but their relationship is strictly professional. She confides that her status as an immigrant drives her to seek financial stability, revealing the challenges she faces. In turn, Sam opens up about himself, and the two share a meaningful evening together. The following morning, Brandon is furious when he sees Sam and warns him never to go anywhere without notifying him first. He also instructs Sam to steer clear of Sona, claiming she is a distraction that could jeopardize their focus. After reprimanding Sam, Brandon takes him to the gold mine where the heist is set to take place. There, he outlines the crucial elements of the operation, emphasizing that Sam must prevent anyone from triggering the emergency alarm or accessing the storage room, as this is essential for the heist's success. After the briefing, Brandon recruits a talented racer named Chris to join their team, whose responsibility will be to ensure a quick getaway after the heist. With the team now assembled, Brandon unveils the blueprints of the location to everyone. However, during the briefing, Josh, the guy who had previously pushed Sam into the pool, begins to taunt him. This provocation escalates into a fight, prompting a visibly irritated Brandon to instruct Sam to leave the room and take a breather. Sam makes his way to the club, where he spots some men bothering Sona. Enraged, he brandishes his gun and chases them off. Sona scolds him, explaining that his reckless actions could attract police attention, potentially leading to her deportation and worsening her circumstances. Sam apologizes and suggests they grab a coffee, but Sona declines, stating she has work to finish first. He patiently waits for her, and once she completes her tasks, they head to the beach. Sona playfully splashes in the water, inviting Sam to join her. He hesitates, admitting he can't swim and has a deep-seated fear of water. Encouraging him, Sona helps him confront his fear, and they share a tender moment, kissing and growing closer. Afterward, Sona gifts Sam her necklace, calling it a good luck charm, but warns him that things aren't always as they appear and that he shouldn't trust anyone, not even her. Sam reassures her, saying that once the heist is over, he plans to leave but wants her to come with him. Sona responds that escaping won't be easy, as John would never allow her to leave. When the day of the heist arrives, the team disguises themselves as security guards and infiltrates the building. Brandon directs Sam to enter through the ventilation system, disable the CCTV cameras, and unlock all the doors. Sam executes his tasks efficiently while Brandon and the others take down the security guards, locking them in a room. As the team approaches the vault, Brandon assigns Josh to keep an eye on the employees. However, Josh loses his cool and shoots a worker in the leg. Furious, Brandon strikes Josh on the head with his gun to regain control of the situation. As the team begins to melt down the gold, Brandon orders the employees to assist, disguising them as laborers. The team loads the gold onto their trucks to create a diversion for the police, firing shots to draw attention away. Meanwhile, Chris speeds off in a car with the gold, but the police pursue him amid the chaos. Some team members sustain injuries, yet the group ultimately manages to escape and deliver the gold to John, who takes care of selling it. John then shares the profits with the team. However, when Brandon confronts him about a fallen teammate, John and his crew incinerate the body inside a car and push it off a cliff. Sam takes his share of the gold, and later, at Sona's home, the doorbell rings. One of John's men shows up, revealing that he knows about her escape plan and warns her that John is aware of her intentions. He tries to kill her, but Sona narrowly escapes and calls Sam to inform him of John's betrayal and the approaching police. At the same time, the police arrive at Brandon's apartment, but he manages to slip away. Brandon then moves to a cemetery where he buries all evidence of the heist. He calls John, demanding explanations, but John denies any involvement. Realizing he has been double-crossed, Brandon reaches out to Sam, suggesting they head to Melbourne, where John is likely to finalize the gold deal. Sam agrees and invites Sona to join them. Brandon tracks down John's location through a contact and gives Sona some money to pass on to the family of their deceased teammate. When Sona refuses, Brandon angrily slaps her, which infuriates Sam, leading to a heated argument between the two men. They eventually calm down, and Brandon tells Sam that as a gangster, he can't afford to show weakness if he wants to survive. Meanwhile, Sona, unaware that she is being followed, overhears Brandon telling Sam that once the job is complete, he should give her some money and send her away. Feeling betrayed, Sona storms off and Sam follows her, trying to clarify that she misunderstood the conversation, but Sona remains upset. At their hotel, a man sent by John sneaks in and holds Brandon at gunpoint, revealing that John has hired him to kill Brandon. However, Brandon manages to persuade the man to switch allegiances by offering him double the payment. The man agrees and shares crucial details about John's deal location. The following day, Brandon and his team ambush John and his crew during the transaction, eliminating them and seizing the gold. They also capture John and torture him until he discloses the whereabouts of the remaining gold. Once they retrieve the stash, they kill John and prepare to flee the city. As the team boards a boat for their escape, Brandon suddenly points a gun at Sam, expressing his distrust and offering him his share of the money to leave. Sam calmly advises Brandon to check the gold. Upon inspection, Brandon discovers that the gold has been swapped for iron plates. Enraged, he confronts Sam, who reveals that he and Sona had switched the gold during the handover. Sam reassures Brandon that he will still receive his share and hands him a phone with Sona on the line. She warns Brandon that if anything happens to Sam, she will alert the police and ensure his capture. Realizing he has no other option, Brandon drags Sam into the water, knowing he can't swim. However, after a moment of hesitation, Brandon rescues Sam and pulls him back onto the boat. Brandon questions why Sam didn't just take all the gold and run. Sam replies that he didn't want to betray Brandon, as he has been a great help to him, and assures him he will get his share. Brandon then takes a separate boat to leave while Sam reunites with Sona on the shore. In the final scenes, Brandon starts a low-profile life in a different city, but eventually, he is reported to the police and captured. In prison, he receives a letter from Sam revealing the gold's location. The letter also includes a picture of Sona pregnant with Sam's child, indicating that the two are now a couple. With this, the thrilling movie concludes. If you enjoyed this video, don't be shy to hit the like button, and if you disliked it, hit the dislike button twice, just to be